Hey. Yo, it's your boy Mac. It's Friday night. We lit. It's Friday Night Lights. We get ready to get hype up in here. I got some music going. I got the beat dropping. I'm about to drop some freestyles and just do my thing because it's Friday night and I can do what I want to. So, yo, we don't be looking for trouble, but when we get trouble, my niggas is ready to fight. Chevy is heavy from all of the sticks. We calling them big, they ready to light. Setting these bitches on fire, I'ma retire. I done killed all of the mics. These little niggas be testing me, don't ever question me, niggas just follow the vibe. I never lead you astray. I'm leading niggas and bitches to pay. We making money like hand over fist. If it's hurting your wrist, so that bitch like you gay. I never lead you astray. I'm leading niggas and bitches to pay. We making money like hand over fist. If it's hurting your wrist, so that bitch like you gay. 223. That's what I'm gonna use if I wanna come through and spray a bitch. 556, the red from the spread of a head. Now a nigga laid in the dead. 762. What the fuck a nigga gonna do when the straight up finger is open the trunk, pull out the scope in the pump? Shit ain't no joke when I dump. 223. That's what I'm gonna use if I wanna come through and spray a bitch. 556, the red from the spread of a head. Now a nigga laid in the dead. 762. What the fuck a nigga gonna do when the straight up finger is open the trunk, pull out the scope in the pump? Shit ain't no joke when I dump. Hey. Hey, 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 yeah, hey, 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 what's going on, everybody? This your boy D-Mac, man. I'm having a nice Friday night. Everything's been going good despite the week we've been having, the people that we've lost this week. You know what I'm saying? The things that are going on in our society this week. We have people that's sick and dying, but at the same time, we still got a lot to be thankful for, man. We still got a lot to get turned up for. We still got a lot to get lit for. So I'm here to get lit. It's Friday night. It's going down, and your boy D-Mac in the house. So what we gonna talk about? We're gonna talk about rap music right now because we got a lot of rappers that's dying. We just had Young Dolph to die. Rest in peace to Dolph. You know what I'm saying? Then we had Slim 400 just passed. Rest in peace to Slim 400, man. It seems like it's a lot that's going on in this rap game right now. And all you young cats out here that's looking to become a artist, or you're an aspiring artist right now, I'm telling you now, if you got one foot in the grave and one foot in the streets, then you just pretty much holding up the spot for somebody else. So leave that slot open for somebody who really want to change their life, for somebody who really want to make a difference in their family life. Because if you one of those dudes who out here and you made it, you got your foot in the door, and you making that money, and you able to change lives and help your family to come out of their situation, and you still choose to go out there in the streets and do whatever just to get on and just to be seen as something, then guess what? We got a special place for people like you. We got a special place for people like you, and it's called Sheol. And if you don't know what Sheol is, then you go look it up, and that will tell you that Sheol is another name for hell. So if you want to lift your eyes up there and keep on going the way you going, or you opening up slots for these new cats that's coming up because they're a little bit smarter. They're a little bit smarter, bro. And so when these cats start coming in and taking these spots in the industry, you can't get mad at them because they playing it smart. You can't belittle them because they choose not to go out and lose their life prematurely because they know that they have the potential to earn millions and millions of dollars and change their whole entire family. You gotta change your family, bro. That's what it's about out here. It's about getting land. It's about getting houses. It's about ownership. So that's what we're talking about today. Yo, ownership, bro. Yo, I got a beat with the cops. I take off the scene, now I see them as ops. Creating the Black Panther Party team on the scene. We out here protecting the block. I got a beat with the cops. I take off the scene, now I see them as ops. Creating the Black Panther Party team on the scene. We out here protecting the block. All of these cops becoming my ops. Yeah, they be scared when I step on the block. I'm like an umbrella. I cover my people whenever it's raining. I don't ever stop. I'm at the top. Cream of the crop. Cream de la creme. Girl, is it him? Yeah, that's that nigga nigga be calling us queens and be helping the teens and be making them in. Knowledge within is eternal. This shit is infernal. This shit is so hot it'll burn you. I learn you. Mind your business. This shit don't concern you. I keep my shit tight like a girdle. All of these niggas a hurdle. But bro, I'm telling you, this game is not the same anymore. Cats don't really get in a craft like that no more. You don't really be in there doing no wordplay and flipping words. Y'all cats go in there and you punch in every other bar. But we got cats that will go in there and spit a whole hot 16. And if they mess up on that 13th bar, they gonna go back and start from the beginning and spit it all over again. That's why our wordplay is so dope. That's why we can get on the mic and spit all day like we've been running laps in the gym. Because we do this, son. Yeah, MCing. All up in this game, I got this game tight. Niggas better step up and you better get your game right. You better get my name right. Max, what they call me. I'm up in the game and yeah, you know I'm about to ball G. We ball G. All up in the party, getting hardy for my son. It's my birthday and he's 26. Yo, you are the one, you the one, you the first. And I give you for your birth. And I holler at my nigga, use a blessing, not a curse. You my baby boy, and I like the movie, cause I'm that nigga come through and you can't do it to me. Cause like Bing Rames, yo, I'ma hit you in your jaw and give you that daddy shit you never saw. Happy birthday to my son Jamarian, man. He turned 26 today, December 10th. Yo, I remember when this dude was born, man. That's the thing that made me calm down and really start looking outside of myself and seeing that it was more than me that needed to that needed to grow. I had a son on the way now, so I can't be that same wild dude. I maintained a little bit of my wildness, but at the same time, I knew I had to tame it down a little bit for my son. And when he came into this world, yo, he saved my life. Because if it hadn't been for him coming into this world, I would have still been thinking on that same level that I was on. Hey, I appreciate you, my brother. I appreciate you, my brother. So what we need to do, we really need to take this opportunity to understand what type of world we're living in right now, especially as a hip hop artist, because in hip hop right now, there is a vendetta against young black men, and this is the way that they're killing our success. They're killing off the people who's bringing the success to the black community. Because if you chop off the head, then the rest of the body is gonna fall, and that's what they're doing to a lot of these groups. If you don't notice, they took out NBA Youngboy. NBA Youngboy come back, now he got his face painted up like Sting. So he a WWE wrestler now. You know what I'm saying? They driving these dudes crazy. They doing it one by one. And this is a part of that cycle of buck breaking, because they were always, during buck breaking, they would always take the strongest one, get them out in front of everybody else, and then they would break them down. They would break them down. So in the subconscious mind of everybody else around that's weaker than that man that they broke down, you're going to be like, well, if they did him like that, then what they going to do to me? You know what I'm saying? So you have to understand why these rappers are going down the way they're going down in the rap industry. It's all a plan. This is not by accident. It's not coincidence. It was made to go down like this. Yo, said looking like his. Exactly, man. This cat out here painting his face up because he's ashamed. Whenever you start to cover up your body with all them tattoos and you start to try to hide your face and try to hide your eyes, that's because of the shame that you carry, and you think everybody else can see your shame too. So you trying to cover that shame up. I know where that young man coming from, bro. Been there, done that. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay, because we live in this world, but we're not of this world. That's spoken. So we're gonna be affected by the things that's going on in this world, man. Always we're gonna be affected by the things that's going on in this world. But what it comes down to is, how are we gonna respond? How are you going to respond to the things that happen in life? How are you going to respond when somebody comes up and lies on you or somebody betrays you? How are you going to respond whenever it seems like that everybody is for this idea, but you are the lone standing person who knows that it's wrong and you have to speak against everybody else? See, there's things in this world where you're going to have to stand on your own 10 toes no matter what everybody else is doing or saying. And you have to have the courage to be able to do that. And a lot of people, it seems like everybody's going to be coming from every angle, hitting you with every idea they can think of. But just think of yourself like Job. Because everybody was coming from everywhere, hitting Job in the head. Well, you had to do something, man. Just think back to 1995 when you was in the club. You had to do something. There was something that you did, man. But Job stuck strong to it. No, I ain't do nothing. I know I ain't done nothing. So any suffering that I'm going through is for God, and so I can't complain. You know what I'm saying? So these young boys, man, they really, really need to get their head in some books, man. They really need to get their head in some books. And what's that gonna do? That it's not just so that they can retain those words that they're reading. It's that they can build up their mind. You have to use your mind and build up that muscle. It's just like every other muscle in the body. You got to work that muscle out in order for it to give you its maximum output. And so if you're not out here putting in your most every day, giving your brain exercises, then it's going to get lazy. And you see what technology has done to us thus far. It's made us so lazy that we are using 10% of our brain power to figure out how to invent something so we can be lazy to the point to where we only have to use 5%. Yeah, figure out that math. I'll let you think about it for a second, because that's some real stuff I just said to you. We will use 10% of our brain power to create something that will make us so lazy that we only have to use 5. And it's just going to make us dumb and lazy. That's where we at in this country. Not just in this country. I'll give that across the whole entire world. That's a worldwide thing. You know, the world got me saying damn, 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 like Florida Evans. Y'all remember Florida Evans? Y'all remember that episode of Good Times whenever James had died and Florida was holding everything in and she was just keeping herself busy so she wouldn't have to break down. And then she finally stopped for a second and she broke down and all she could say was damn, damn, damn. That's all she could say, because that was the only thing that she could say to express how much she was missing James in her life. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we are in this world. Man, it's been so many Florida Evans moments in my life, man, where I've stopped and I just had to say, damn, 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 because I look at all the brothers that I've lost. I looked at all the sisters that I've lost, man. You say, why all these rappers come out of prison so different? Because when they go up in there, they get tested for who they really are. Them dudes in the prison ain't no fanboys out here in the street. They don't care nothing about how many records you done sold, because you up in there, once those gates close behind you, you just like everybody in there. Only thing, you got a little bit more book money on your books and you got a little bit more for your commissary. But that's it. And so they gonna hold you to the same standard that they hold everybody else up in there. And what's in you is gonna come out of you when you up in that prison. So if you got some how Fred Sanford said, some of that sweetness up in you, it's gonna come up out of you. That's why Bobby Shmurda came out there shaking his hips so much like he doing now. Bobby wasn't like that before he went in. And now he come out and he's speaking with a whole different dialect and everything else, man. But you know, like I say, what's in you is gonna come out of you in that prison. And once they bring it out of you, it's hard for you to try to tuck it back in and hide it from the world again. So, no, I'm telling these guys, man, watch the game, because now they figured out that hey man, these guys are getting smart. They're starting to invest their money and they're starting to get businesses and things like that. So what can we do to further get them to kill themselves, which is the agenda that they pushing, because we started to figure that out a little bit. Well, it was like, well, we have to play on their ego. Because if we can't get them to go back to doing it the old way, then we're going to have to trick them into something else. And so it's playing on the ego. And that's why they started to promote the gangs in the rap music. And now you have nothing but gangs in rap music. If you don't have an acronym behind your name, then you're not popping. If you're not BGD this or FGD that or GES or PRP or whatever the acronym is, then you're not popping in the music industry. So now you've given up your whole pretty much your whole identity to represent a gang's identity. So you're no longer representing yourself, you're representing a group of people now. And whatever that group of people is into and the type of image that they want to portray, then that's what you got to portray in that music. That's why your boy 6ix9ine got caught up trying to portray being a blood because he was hanging with them buds. And when he got caught up trying to portray that image and he didn't have that heart like that and he wasn't built like that, and it was exposed. And so now they say in the hip hop industry, okay, well, we got these guys, they're starting to invest their money. They're starting to pay back into their community. Well, what can we do now? Well, they brought the gangs in. Now, just to go back on that a little bit, because I want to make this thing connect. Now, back in the days, we had all the positive artists. We had the Public Enemy. We had Poor Righteous Teachers. We had so many different positive black groups back then. And then they said, we're going to bring in NWA because we're about to shut down that Public Enemy and Poor Righteous Teachers and all of these guys that's spitting knowledge to the black people and having them to feel some pride about themselves. No, now we're about to change that narrative. And they brought in the NWAs and they brought in the Ghetto Boys. And they brought in these images and these narratives for the 90s. And that's what we started to gravitate towards too. And that's where you get this whole entire genre that we in now, because they didn't like to see us progressing. They wanted to see us digressing. And so now they said, okay, well, that era did an okay job with it. They did a pretty good job on keeping the black people down to a certain level, but now we need to kick it up a notch. So what are we going to do now? Oh, we're going to bring the gangs into it. We're going to flood the whole entire music industry with gang culture, and we're going to just let them go at it. And then when we come in and pick them off, it's going to be justified because look at what they're doing to each other. See, that's the whole mindset that these brothers ain't picking up on, and they keep falling into that trap of being portrayed in this certain image. So when these police come out and shoot them and kill them in the street, nobody really cares except for the people who look like them or who can relate to them. But everybody else see them as what they've been tricked into portraying themselves as. Man, this is good with no gravy, bro. I'm just saying it like it is. So all y'all rappers out there, and I'm saying this because I have family members who are endeavoring right now to become rappers, and I'm going to support them because when I was doing my rap thing, I needed somebody to support me. And those are the things that kept me out of the streets. Those are the things that kept me out of trouble. Those are the things that kept me out. A lot of things that a lot of my homeboys is doing life in prison for right now. So between boxing and rap, those things kept me out of trouble, kept me in the studio, out of the streets. And so I'm thankful for that. And so any of my family members who looking for that route, I'm going to support them in going that route. And I'm going to help them with their message as they go on, because you have to start at somewhere. And then you always got to progress and move forward in your growth. And so that's where we're going to go with this. And I'm always going to support them because I'm a rap baby. Like I said before, rap is in my blood, and I'm always going to do it because can't nobody beat me at it yet. That's just me gloating a little bit. But yeah, man, this is what we need to do as far as rappers. We have to take a stand with these rappers. Stop playing with them. Stop saying one thing and doing another thing with them. If they own some bull crap, we shut them down. Cancel them. The black community, not nobody else's community, us, to let them know that this is real. We don't accept that. Your people, the ones who put you there, the ones who you mimic and you make your music behind and after, we don't stand for that. And when we stop standing for it, then everybody else will. So, rap music is a powerhouse, just misdirected. That's all of the music genres have been used in that way. You look how they use rock and roll music for years to bring in that demon agenda. The demonic agenda came in through the heavy metal music and the hard rock music and stuff like that. And even back in the days, you go back to the Rat Pack, Sammy Davis and Dean Martin and all them cats. They were Satan worshipers. And who was Bill Cosby's mentor? It was Sammy Davis Jr. He always wore that Sammy Davis Jr. pin on his sweater on his show to show his support, his love for Sammy Davis. And Sammy Davis was an open student of Anton LaVey. You know what I'm saying? See, this thing runs deep. It runs real deep. People like to associate demonic with this and church. No, it's all together. You have different genres of music, but they all have an agenda to push. And so that whole demonic thing is moved over to rap. G. Craig Lewis said it over 10 years ago in this series that he came out with called The Spirit Behind Hip Hop. He said that this was going to happen. And this is exactly where we at now. All of this emo rap, all of these kids rapping about suicide and dying. Juice WRLD, that's what he was all about. That's what Lil Uzi is all about. Suicide. So they're going to get that target audience of kids who are out here who's very emotional, who have no self-esteem and ready to kill themselves. They got them covered because hip hop has now become the most influential genre in the world. Everywhere around the world, you see everybody using hip hop as their form of advertising and things like that. So, we just have to watch for this stuff, man. Enjoy the music, enjoy hip hop all you want to, but be able to separate reality from the fake. Because it used to be back in the day that art imitated life. But now you have where life is imitating the art. That's where we at as a people. So when you can make that differential in the music, then you should be able to school the children as well, because this is what I do with my kids. All of the music that they listen to, I listen to too. And I make sure that I study those artists, and I make sure that I know the background on those artists, because whenever I go to tell my child about that artist and what the agenda is and what they're pushing is, I have to know just as much about that artist as my child does, because off the gate they thinking, oh, well, dad's just an old fogey, he don't know what he talking about. But then when I start breaking down that kid's life history and let that child know that I know just as much about that artist as they do and just as much about the music as they do, then they open their mind up to me and they open their ear up to me, and I'm able to impart something into them about this music that they're listening to. Because I'm not gonna say don't listen to rap music. No, just know what you're listening to and know what spirit is behind what you're listening to. Because if you leave yourself open, that spirit can influence you and you'll find yourself out there doing something you never thought you would. That's what I want to let y'all know, man. I've been in music all my life, and I've been saved for over 10 years of my life, but I still listen to hip hop. I still like the hard banging beats. I still like the wordplay and all of that stuff like that. Do I have to be influenced by it and go out and shoot somebody because I heard somebody say shoot somebody? No, I'm older and I'm mature enough to know better and to do better. And so that's what I do. And so in order to inform these young people, you have to know this music. You can, and I see it all the time in the church. They be like, "Yeah, you listen to old so and so and so," but they don't know nothing about that music. So they just speaking from an outside aspect, and them kids just say, "You an old fogey. You don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, it sounds good for the church folk, but we gonna do it anyway." But when you can break down the songs and when you can break down the meaning of the songs and stuff like that with these kids and talk on their level, then you can get them to listen. So y'all need to quit just going out there and just talking at people and start talking to people, because that's what we often do a lot of times with kids. We don't even have our ears open to hear what they saying because we so busy trying to get our point out to them. So let's listen to what these kids are saying, man, so we can give a full informed rebuttal whenever we do speak with them. And that's what I be on. Now, you got a lot of guys out here who in their 30s and their 40s and they trying to become rappers, and they still got that dream of being 2 Chainz or whoever else. I'm gonna tell you like this, brother. Keep your day job. Do this as a hobby. If you just love making music, if you like me and you just love doing music and you just love creating songs and stuff like that, just do it for yourself, man. Don't be out here up in people's studio taking studio time. Your time is over, brother. You already had your chance. You had all of your teens and all of your 20s. If you couldn't make something out of yourself in 2 decades, then it wasn't for you, bro. Either you didn't have the drive or you didn't have the talent. But either way it go, that wasn't for you. And so y'all older brothers, step back and start to mentor some of these younger dudes. That's what I do, man. I mentor these dudes. I don't be in the studio trying to take nobody's shine and trying to jump on people tracks and stuff like that. But I do go in there and I let them brothers know, hey, spit this like this. Harmonize that right there. Pause on that right there. Take that word out right there, and you can say it with them without having to take a long breath. Those things. I'm giving these guys pointers and the things that I was taught and the things that I learned on my own coming up in the game. Because, everybody's going to have their opinion on your music. Some people gonna like your music. Some people gonna hate your music. Some people gonna love your music, but they ain't gonna want to tell you that they love your music. But as long as you love what you creating, that's all that matters, man. And so I be out here and I create a song, man, and it might slap. Somebody want to hear, I give it to them, and they can pump it or whatever, man. But it's not about trying to be in the limelight. It's not about making millions of dollars. It's not about having all the girls on you and stuff like that. It's about displaying your creativity, man. It's about displaying your appreciation for music, man. It's about displaying your love for the art and for the craft, man. Because you have artists like Michael Jackson still in their 50s. He was performing. You still had DMX who could go destroy the club still at 50 and on crack. You got Busta Rhymes at 50 in his 50 still dropping. You still got you see what Big Daddy Kane and KRS-One did at the Versus battle. So don't sleep on these OGs like these OGs ain't still got it, man. It's just that we appreciate the art form because we come from the era when the art form was being built. Y'all coming into a art form that's already established. We was the ones who had to build it up to where it was an established genre of music. Now it's established and you guys can run with it and take it off in different directions because that's the next progression of this phase of the music. But we got these older guys, quit trying to hold on to that past glory. It ain't yours no more. Let these young boys get out here and shine. Let these young boys take that baton and take this thing on to where it's supposed to go next. Because if y'all old school cats still holding on to that baton and trying to hold on to that last little bit of fame, you slowing down progress. That's what's happening, and that's why these young cats don't have the respect for you that the other genres have for they OGs, because y'all steady trying to hold on to the daggone limelight. You won't move out of the way and let these young boys eat. How long your boy been in the game? How long Drake been in the game? Forever. Still won't let these cats eat. You know what I'm saying? You got who was that? Oh, remember when Justin Bieber was battling with Roddy Rich with Roddy Rich's first album, and Justin Bieber was trying to do those little slick things to get sales and get streams so that he could beat out Roddy Rich for the number one spot, even though Justin Bieber been here for over 10, 15 years. That's what I'm talking about, man. These dudes been in the game so long and they don't want to let it go and make room for these new guys coming in so that we can push um, to the next level. But that's what we need to do, man. Let me go ahead and get off here. Somebody trying to call me right now. It must be important because they keep on hitting me back to back. I just wanted to get on here and just give y'all a little blast from the past, and drop a little bit of fun on you because Mac just been in here balling today, having a good time. So, hey, y'all do y'all thing. Y'all have a blessed and y'all have a safe weekend, man. I'm going to try to do the same and stay out of the way. Y'all know what I say, man. Sticks and stones can break your bones, but the word can always heal you. I'm out.